Hey everyone, got to record a quick video. Leafs lose tonight 4-2 against the Red Wings late in regulation, and then last night Colorado losing 5-3 after blowing the 3-0 lead. So back-to-back nights, not ideal. NFL playoffs are on, so kind of watching that, but a lot of hockey stuff still. And I did want to make a quick video on the Leafs, talking about the Leafs here and there, but I will be making other videos leading into the deadline on other teams and focusing on outlooks for different moves. I know the Leafs, we've obviously talked about the defensive issues, and I mean, based on this tweet, it's a good place to start. That, I mean, you see a guy like Liljegren on that third goal. It's just, the guy looks good at times, involved in the play, and then makes a brutal play like that. I think a lot of guys went through the motion tonight, just inexcusable, especially facing off against a team in the Red Wings where, and this is a good tweet that I want to pull up here from Grind Line Podcast, is that, I mean, the Red Wings, with the battling the weather, arriving 2 hours before the game, mechanical issues, limited warm-up, all these things the Red Wings faced tonight, and they were showing a lot more jump in their step than the Leafs. So I think there's got to be a conversation to be had on Mr. Sheldon Keefe and my guy Adi James, and that's, as you guys have seen in the thumbnail, is it time to make a little swap? And Craig Berube's probably been my favorite, but I think there's other possibilities out there. But I do think the Leafs need to start having that conversation. If this is going to be the roller coaster and the ups and downs and the team not really, I mean, it just seems like they're not motivated at times. And sure, they had a great California road trip, but I put an asterisk on that because you were facing Anaheim and San Jose, and those are expected wins. Like the Leafs going through a win streak where, sure, the Kings win was impressive, but then you go look at Sharks, Ducks, and another game against the Sharks. Like, you shouldn't be going too crazy on those, right? And then the Samsonov conversation, I mean, look at the save that Samsonov made tonight. I don't think it was on Samsonov. Obviously, the diving poke check, I think, was a disaster. And you could argue with Larkin's goal on the angle, but outside of that, you're not blaming Samsonov for the loss tonight. A lot of guys looked like they were napping tonight. I think Nylander, as much as we've been happy with Nylander this season and the extension happened, it seems like since the extension he's been going through the motions a lot. Last couple of games he's had his moments of brilliance, as I said on Twitter, but you're seeing the moments of brilliance here, and then you're seeing 4 or 5 shifts of guy going through the motion, guy not caring. And, I mean, that's frustrating to watch, especially when the guy just got handed that contract. So, I mean, he deserves the contract in a sense. I think we can all argue that the cap hit's maybe too high, but I think when you're looking at Nylander the rest of the way, this is a point where it's like, okay, you earned your contract, now keep it going and step it up even more. So we're hoping to see, I think, some shifts tonight. The Nylander, Matthews, Holmberg line was buzzing. They got the first goal of the game, but there's a lot of conversations here about just Sheldon Keefe, the lack of being able to motivate his team in the right times. And we'll see. He made quite the line shuffle tonight, and I mean, unfortunately, now it's 3 games in a row for a little losing streak here for the Leafs. So we'll see what happens the rest of the week, guys. But it is a conversation. I think it needs to be a serious conversation that if you were going to commit to all 4 guys, Matthews long-term, and if you're going to commit to Marner long-term, you just committed to Nylander long-term. Tavares is probably going to retire a Leaf. If you were committing to these guys, there needs to be a coach coming in and setting some harder terms. I know Keefe has been on the guys, but there's a lot of things to Keefe, whether it's like he's not having a good relationship with the refs. The Leafs are like 30th in power plays this year, or time on the power play. And I mean, I think with Sheldon Keefe, these guys, like, he's basically all they know. Yeah, they got Babcock at the start, but in terms of like the core time here, and with Dubas and Keefe, like, these were the 2 guys that they knew the most. Lou and Babcock was very much what they were kind of born into, but the good chunk here has been Sheldon Keefe, right? Like, we forget Sheldon Keefe stepped into this in 2018 to 19. So after that, Tavares came in. Babcock was their coach for a year. And then just a little bit into that following season, Babcock got the hook, and here comes Sheldon Keefe. So they know Sheldon Keefe. It might be time to bring in a new guy, and that's why I've been talking about Craig Berube. So I think there's a couple tweets that insinuated Berube, but a lot of people calling for Keefe's head tonight. So give me your thoughts, guys, if you think Sheldon Keefe should get the boot, or if it should at least be a conversation coming up. Subscribe, like, comment, notification bell. But as I said, I kind of wanted to just ramble a little bit here, but the ultimate point of the video was Is it time for Sheldon Keefe? Is it coming soon? Because after the Red Wings win tonight, they're only 1 point back of the Leafs, and the Leafs are barely hanging on to a third division spot, which shouldn't be the case. So call me your thoughts, guys. We'll talk soon.